Hey, so after a raft of technical difficulties, we have jumped to the good old recording. Rather than the live, I am joined by the fabulous Laura Sandham Smith, member of the Den for quite a few years now. And I adore that shirt. Oh my God, that is gorgeous. Thank you for joining me. So tell us a little bit about yourself, first of all. Where are you based? What is it you do?
Okay, so I'm based in Lancaster, so in the northwest, in a lovely arts building. So it's all about art in where my studio is. So I'm in there. I've had my business for 15 years, but I've been in there for 9 years.
So excellent. And when you first started, what was it like?
I'm sorry if there's noise in the background, guys. I just felt like I was constantly juggling, and then getting distracted and going from one job to another and not finishing that job off and just basically getting frazzled.
I think that's a very common thing for studio owners, isn't it? You know, we wear numerous hats. And sometimes that weight just gets a bit too heavy, you know, or we'll drop one or it'll fall off or something. And I think it's very difficult to keep all those balls going. So now, I mean, you've been a Den member for a number of years. So now, what is it like? And what has the Den made a difference? Or how has the Den made a difference?
So I think before I was part of the Den, I felt quite lonely, even though you've got a team that teach for you, and you've got this lovely dance family and all these students. You are lonely, and you just need someone to understand your problems and what's going on, and bounce off each other and help each other. It's just a really supportive place to be.
I think that's one of the biggest things about the Den. I know the roadmap is there now. And one of the ladies, when I met on the retreat, she just said the roadmap is life-changing. And she's only on module 4. And her mum was with her, and her mum sort of took me by the sort of grabbed my arm and went, you're not going to believe the difference it's made to my daughter. Thank you. I mean, that just like hit me here. And that's the roadmap. That's the accredited CPD that everybody works through. That's in the Den. But then you multiply that by what you've just said, that sense of community, the sense that people have got your back. So that if you are struggling with something, you can go in a really nice, safe space. You can go, excuse me, help. How do I deal with? It's like having co-workers with a raft of experience right by your side.
Definitely. And I think as well, it's given me the confidence to be able to delegate and know that that's okay, that you don't have to do absolutely everything. I think what was happening to me as well, I was teaching that many lessons, choreographing that many dances for festivals, competitions, shows, and then you've got your exam work, that I was mentally exhausted and there was nothing left. I was running out of inspiration for a new piece of music and a new dance. But now I've slowly built up a strong team that teach for me, by you guys giving me the confidence to say, yeah, no, it's okay. You can get other teachers, involved, and it does take. It just gives you more time and energy and headspace. I still teach a couple of nights and a couple of hours on a Saturday, but not 6 nights. Not 5 nights a week and all day Saturday anymore, which is great. And I'm really lucky that I've found teachers that have their own, what's the word I'm looking for? So my bag is ballet and musical theatre and technique, but I have teachers that, just teach ballroom and Latin because that's their bag and they've been trained in that. So it's really, really nice to have that. And I just feel like I've got space to grow even more, and focus on the lessons that aren't as busy, because I've got time to do that.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. So would you say that that is one of your biggest lessons
Yeah,
as a studio owner, that you have to
definitely.
delegate?
100%. You can't go on spreading yourself that thin. It's just, you'll go to burnout.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about in the den about you come first. It's our saying.
Mm.
And part of that is like you say, it's, you know, when you, it's very hard, isn't it, as studio owners, because we're all like, this is our baby, this is what we created. And it's very hard for us to let go.
Mm.
But almost by not letting go, you can sometimes suffocate it. And I think it's that whole thing of you come first. Sometimes people might think that might be a bit selfish, and I hate that word. And it's
Yeah,
not about being selfish or thinking that you're going to give anything less to those students, but it's just about allowing breath and being able to breathe within the structure that you've created, and allowing that fluidity and that creativity just to ebb and flow within it rather than be constrained.
definitely, definitely. And the other thing I think as well is that you're very good at helping us to stop and think about what worked and what didn't work, and learn from things that didn't work and move forward and grow with things that do work, rather than just going, nothing worked and I'm rubbish and da da da. You get that mindset to that no one's perfect. Everyone always carries on learning, don't they? You never stop learning.
Mm-hmm.
And you learn from things that didn't go right, I think. And I've learned that through the den as well.
I think that's very poignant, given that this is the third attempt for us to get on today.
Absolutely.
And the fact that we're recording this and not doing it live. Um, lessons, absolutely lessons learned there. And thank you. I think that's really, really important. So what's next for you? I mean, you have a very good school there.
Yeah.
Or if there's one thing that you could credit to having such a good school, and it doesn't necessarily have to be with the den, what would you say really helped you grow it?
Having a mixture of different children wanting different things, and me being able to offer, everyone having a chance to dance, and not just picking, how can I put it? We can offer a vocational route if they want that, but we also can accommodate with the team that I have people that just want to come for social, mental health reasons, and exercise. So to me, so we can offer it all wherever you come from, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. I think it's about also a law of averages, isn't it? But it's about having, because it's all great to niche down, but if your school is heavily in one section and suddenly there is a problem and you lose a chunk of that section, then you've lost a big chunk of your revenue. So yes, it's good to have that balance. You may specialize in one or the other, in one thing or another, which is great, but understanding the law of averages in terms of how much of percentage of my school does that group bring in revenue? How much does this bring in? And if all your eggs are in one basket, have you got those multiple options or income streams and things, and having choice, I guess.
Yeah,
well.
definitely. I think as well, your support in lockdown was incredible. And the whole taking your school on Zoom, we all found exhausting. But again, we when we are we're finally back to normal, whatever that is. We could look back and see how incredible we all were by doing what we're doing. And actually, So I do adult classes as well. I have a lovely ladies ballet on a Monday, which is for people that have danced before, you know, growing up. And it's really busy. It's busier than it's ever been, which is incredible. And I've had to get, you know, I've got bars all around the studio, but I've had to get a portable bar in the middle because we're so busy. And some of them still come via Zoom if they're running late for work and things, you know, after work, rather they've still got an option that they know the syllabus, you know, so that they can Zoom in and dance with us. And with my ladies ballet, with my ballet fit on a Thursday, I have a lady that tours, and sometimes she comes to Lancaster with her drama performance group, and so she'll come to the, you know, to the studio. But then if she can't, you know, if she's in Spain or Italy, she zooms in, and it's incredible, really.
That is incredible. What, you know, going back like 3 years, you'd never have thought that would be a development into your studio.
No.
But the fact that it is adding money onto your bottom line just because you've included technology and embraced that technology into your studio.
Definitely.
I adore that. That's incredible. That, I mean, because most people are zoomed out. I'm not going to lie. I am one of them, even though I'm using it right now. But you know, it's a bit different than going and everybody. But it's the fact that that has become an integral part. I know another Den member, she's still got an online academy as well as an in-person academy.
Wow.
She runs the two side by side. And when you think that this wasn't even an option back in the day, but now that people are used to learning to a degree online, it can supplement what you do.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And I love that. I love that you've embraced it and ran with it.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I want to say is that I lost a teacher through her mental health, bless her. She's coming out the other side, but it meant I was suddenly desperate for a teacher, and I put a shout out in the den, and I said, can someone help me? I was desperate. And I think it was Catherine Dudley, I think, one of her teachers, I think. What Zoom has done to me sometimes is it's affected my memory, I think. But she said, oh, I've got a teacher that could do this for you via Zoom. So even though we were kind of back in the studio, this wonderful lady helped me out for a few months by teaching the ISTD syllabus via Zoom. So all my girls were in the studio with kind of me in the background. Because that's one thing. I mean, I did do tap, but it's one thing I just don't teach. And, you know, it was incredible. She zoomed in and taught the class. And she even choreographed some festival work for some of my girls as well, whilst I was in this nightmare of, oh my gosh, I need a tap teacher ASAP, which is, if I was never in the den, that would never have happened. The tap would have gone downhill. These girls wouldn't have been able to do the competitions, and that would have been that.
Yeah. That's just another example of the teamwork that's there, isn't it? You know, we're all there to help each other's backs at the end of the day.
That's it, definitely.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh. So what's next for you?
What's next? Well, I'm doing less teaching, which is absolutely amazing. And I'm working on me a little bit more because I've got time to do that. So that is amazing, I think. You know, like you say, you come first, and that's what I'm doing, because if you're not firing off all cylinders, then, you know, things start to deteriorate underneath you. And I'm still building and creating more pupils. Where I am, I have got an opportunity to knock through, so I can make another studio. So that's my, you know, that's my goal. Yeah, so that's where I'm going to get to. That's where I want to be.
Exciting time.
Yeah.
Exciting times. Oh, well,
Definitely.
thank you so much, Laura, for joining me. I'm thrilled to have had the chance to really speak to you today. And thank you so much for sharing your story
It's
for
been a
everybody else.
pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.